Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. This time we're taking a look at another Takara movie advance figure, and it's from the Transformers Age of Extinction Wheeljack. Yes, another bot that we should have got in Dark of the Moon, and we did not. Instead, we got this weird, creepy mess of a character called Q, who was supposed to be a takeoff of James Bond Q, which was just a letter Q for Quartermaster, whereas the Q in Dark of the Moon was QUE, as in take a Q. This should never have been made. Any rate, he got a limited release here in the US, I think, as Wheeljack. He was supposed to be Wheeljack. And yeah, it was just god-awful horrible. What Takara did was went back and they retooled that figure as a Transformers Bayverse Wheeljack figure, and this is the result. And it's not a bad figure. This is a pretty decent representation of a Bayformer version of Wheeljack. I would have rather have seen him in Dark of the Moon than Q. Very cool stuff. I do like him, even though his head has what I call Matrix head syndrome. And I never really noticed it until I looked at the Bayformer, but I mean, the classic character kind of has that as well. So let's take a look at the package, get him out of the package, and see what we think. So again, I like the Takara box. It looks nice. We get this really cool artwork of Wheeljack up here. We got the TF4 logo, we got the little peg hole here. Here's Wheeljack in package, looking really cool, just like the US toys. We've got the Transformers translucent logo there, which is really nice. There is Q in his Mercedes mode, and Wheeljack down there with a bunch of Japanese all over the place, looking really cool, and the Takara Movie Advance logo. Bunch of Japanese on the bottom I do not understand, including Sad Pac-Man. Here's the back of the package, kind of a wide shot. Basically, you have Wheeljack in robot, Wheeljack in vehicle mode. We have some Japanese and his bio, kind of a close-up of the artwork there. So there he is. Again, really cool Japanese. Really digging it. Here's Wheeljack. There's his bio. If you want to pause and read that, you can in English, and he actually has it in Japanese down below. Looking really nice. So there is the vehicle mode, very G1 style. And of course, some more Japanese and stuff down there. So yeah, looking really nice, really cool. Let's get this guy out of package and see what we think. Alright, so here we have Wheeljack out of package, and I gotta say, it's a really cool looking little robot. I love the color on it. That kind of dark metallic green and deep red, almost a mauve red, looks really, really, really cool. And his head sculpt is pretty decent. Let's get a close-up of him here. So, yeah, I mean, he's pretty cool. His head does remind me of the Matrix, I think, though. And I think it's just the fact it's got kind of that metallic ring around his little side plating there with the darker piece in there. It just, I mean, I would love to see this repainted as a Matrix for some silly reason. But yeah, I love the sculpt. It's just a Q remold, redeco is all it is. But, I mean, it works. The detail's really nice. I mean, that kind of metallic paint looks really, really cool. Overall, I mean, this is a really nice figure. He's got these kind of ratchety looking hands. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's a good figure. It stands well. It's got good articulation. It looks very robot-y. And there's really not that much car hanging off the back. You got a little bit of hood there and some window pieces there, but overall, it's not bad. This is a very solid figure. This would be a great deluxe release here in the United States, I think. I really, really like it. How does he stack up to other incarnations of Wheeljack? Well, here is Transformers Prime Wheeljack. Get like that. Not too bad. Definitely movie-verse version, for sure. It's about the same size as this Wheeljack, so yeah, not too terribly bad. And then let's compare him to a Generations figure. So there he is with Generations. Obviously, deluxe figures have gotten smaller. This is a great example of that. But still, a nice representation of Wheeljack. I really do like it. I think they did a good job with it. It's just a shame that we didn't get a U.S. release of this. I think this, along with Dispensor, this would be a great figure to have. I'd like to see Dispensor, this Wheeljack, and Dino, aka Mirage, all released here in the U.S. in the TF4 line. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, I mean, overall, and not too bad. Articulation is, he's got a ball joint up here. Problem is the car piece kind of hampers that a little. He's got a double elbow joint, which is pretty nice. His hand really doesn't have much articulation at all. He does have ball joints at the hips, but again, the doors kind of hamper that. He's got his knee and a little bit of foot articulation, not too terribly much. His head does move. It is on a ball joint, but it's very, very stiff. He also has light piping, and he's got really good light piping, actually. Let me show that off real fast. So, very cool looking. I really dig that. Very spaceship looking. So that's pretty impressive. I do like that. Overall, I can't really say too much bad about this figure. It is expensive. It's about $34, $35 because it's a Takara import. If you're looking for this figure, check out my buddy Hanny's eBay store. At the beginning of this video, there is an advertisement for that. He is selling this figure, which is really cool. Thanks, Hanny. I do appreciate it. Overall, yeah, I mean, I like it. Let's get him into his vehicle mode and see what we think about that. Alright, so here is Wheeljack in his Mercedes mode, and it does look good, but I'm going to tell you, this thing is not an easy figure to transform. Once you actually get through it, it kind of makes sense. And the most difficult parts of transforming this guy are getting his shoulder pieces to line up with this door here, and then getting the top part here to fold down. And if you look in the glass there, you've got his toes. When you're folding it up, you need to push it. There's some translucent plastic underneath. These toe pieces have to go up into the back of the windshield in order for this to lay down flat, and the instructions are not very good at showing you that. Once that's done, it's a lot easier, and then it's a matter of mangling it together and getting it to line up with these doors, because this is on a swivel, and then these are on swivels, so the doors are the only things that are 100% stable there. But again, once you actually get it transformed the first time, it makes sense. And don't worry about using a little bit of force to get these together. It will take it, and the legs are on ball joints and they will pop off, so it's not going to actually break. It feels like it's going to, but it's not. The other thing is on the back, on the Mercedes back, this piece you almost have to twist together, because there's a piece right behind this little itty-bitty tiny Mercedes logo that snaps that way, but then the bottom piece, it has to kind of go in and out. So you want to put this one together, slide this up in, and then you can snap those two together. It's very strange. I've never seen a figure like that. Yeah, so let's zoom a little bit. We're going to focus. There we go. It rolls really, really well. It looks nice. I like the Wheeljack colors. It's a nice sedan. It makes a really good car. I love the metallic green and the flat mauve on the guy. I mean, it looks really, really nice. They did a really good job with it. They did. I like the taillights. Looks good. We've got a Mercedes logo back there. The headlights look really good. It's also got translucent plastic, which is really cool. It's the same kind of greenish translucent plastic that we see there. All in all, a really cool figure. I do like it. It is a challenge to transform. I will give it that. So let's compare him to a couple other figures. So here is Deluxe Drift from Age of Extinction. So that's how they look in comparison. Relatively the same size. I think Drift's a little bit wider than Wheeljack here, which is okay. It's a sports car. I can see that. And then let's compare him to Galvatron, Voyager class. So Definitely in line with Galvatron, I would say, as far as size. Pretty close, at least. This is a little bit smaller than it should be, but it's really not too terribly bad. So definitely cool stuff. Is this a figure you want in your collection? Well, to be honest, if you are either a diehard Bayformers fan or a diehard Wheeljack fan, then I would say, yeah, you'll want to get this. Or if you like import toys, you definitely would like this. This is not the average Transformer collector pickup. At $35 plus shipping, I mean, you're looking $40 for this thing total to get it. And unless you're one of those specific diehards, it's just not going to be worth your money, I don't think. Especially if you want something that's relatively easy to transform. This is not what you want for sure. Now, if they released it in the US, sure, pick it up. But I wouldn't spend an enormous amount of money unless you are that import fan, you are that Wheeljack fan, or the Bayformer fan. So there he is, Wheeljack, the movie advanced Takara Transformers Age of Extinction figure. Ooh, the bird likes that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. And as always, look for more videos in the future. Open, damn it. Open!